So yeah, what I wanted to talk about, let's switch over to this. You can see my head right there, and I'll disappear in a second so we can actually see these numbers. So you can actually find this chart in the description of this video, or you can go to pbrml.com/scores or paintballruinmylife.com/scores, and it'll send you to this chart. Might be a little hard to see. It's hard for me to look at, but I've updated it, so I'll disappear myself so we can actually like see this. So this is pretty much a list of every paintball gun that we'll say reviewed, or at least, no, I've done a review on every single one of these. So you can actually find the review link in all of these as well. In that new CS3, I was kind of hoping a preview window would pop up of the review. Is right there. I put, I think, in third. We're going to rank in third place. So you can see all these things. I have sound, kick, efficiency, ergonomics, reliability, ease of use, features, value, desirability, and then that total score. You're going to get weight, release date, original price. So it's really just what I think. I mean, there's no like, super technical way to do this. I try to look at other guns that I've reviewed in the past and kind of compare them so we can get kind of an even, maybe consistent kind of scoring system. There's a lot of guns on here. You can see all the way in dead last is going to be the Azodin Chaos 2. Sorry, Azodin. But you can see here, let's highlight those two. So that's CS2 at the very top. And you can kind of see that I kind of did these similarly. Obviously, the sound signature is not that much different. They do sound slightly different, but it's hard to say that like the CS3 right here is going to sound any quieter than the CS2. I think kick's about the same. Efficiency on the CS3 though is slightly better. I mean, just a tick better. So I'm going to give it like one whole entire point more. Ergonomics, I actually think that I like the CS3 ergonomics a little bit more, but it's kind of just a preference thing. There isn't really like a, I don't know. For the most part, they feel about the same. So CS3, yeah, I think that, reliability is going to be about the same, even though, I did have those problems, the O-ring problems with mine. The gun didn't work out of the box. We were able to fix it, and I don't think we'll have any more problems in the future from that situation. So even though out of the box it didn't work, it's not going to like affect reliability necessarily. I think it's going to continue working, and we're not going to have that O-ring problem. Features, ease of use, I mean, they're about just as easy to use. There's not one that's like easier to take apart or easier to fix or do maintenance between the CS3 and CS2. Feature-wise, they're about the same. I think if there was a CS2 Pro, like if this was the CS2 Pro review, you could actually maybe put that at 9. Mainly just because the CS2 Pro is coming with 2 trigger styles versus the CS2 and the CS3 both came with 1. You're just getting that blade trigger where you get the scythe trigger on that Pro. Value is not very good. Both of these guns are very expensive. Although I think because of their reliability, desirability, and ability to like resell them really easy, even though they're, this new gun's $1,800 almost, $1,750 is a lot of money. And maybe not the best value, but you always can resell these for pretty good. Versus some other guns, they're just, you buy it and it's very difficult to sell. Desirability is at 8. Versus 9 on the CS2. I think there was a lot more hype and like excitement around the CS2 when it came out. It was the follow-up to the CS1 that people were kind of on and off about. So they were excited to see that new version of the CS guns. Whereas the CS3 isn't as a dramatic departure from the CS2 as the CS2 to CS1 were. So it's not as like exciting. I don't think as many people are as interested as they were with the CS1 or CS2 coming out. So it's a little bit lower at an 8 versus the 9. But if you see, they still come in tied, mainly because of that air efficiency. It kind of offsets that desirability. I think the CS3 is a better gun, but we kind of have to rate these like in the time that we're ranking them, right? Like if we went back, we'd have to like re-rank them completely. but there are so many guns on here. So I think this is kind of cool way to get an idea of like what I think about stuff, right? And we can kind of see that Planet Eclipse is pretty much dominating that top section, which I think it should. You know, the 170R, you got the Etha 2, the Etha 3. I think that Etha 3M is literally the best paintball gun you can buy right now. It's for sure my favorite